Today is a gift. Today is a present. Today is yours to grab. Today is yours to take forward and do what you do best. Whatever that is, do it with 100% commitment.
There are a lot of things that are tedious in most people's lives, including what they do every day. People wake up every day, go to work, and say that's tedious. That kind of amazes me, because you're doing that for almost a minimum of 12 hours. Some people, minimum of 7 hours. Some people even do 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, do 18-hour shifts, long days. And they actually find it tedious. They hate it. And I wonder, why are you still doing that? Why don't you change? Because you're not a tree planted in one place. A tree spreads its seeds all over the place anyway. You are a human being who has the ability to actually change your life. So you have no excuse whatsoever getting stuck in something because you can change. Every time you look at what you're doing, you course correct if you feel that you're not in the right direction. If you don't know what to do, you seek help from someone who knows what they're doing, and that kind of thing. And you keep doing that over and over again. And I promise you, you will find that you are doing better. You are reaching out to better people. You are connecting with better people. You are attracting better results because you are definitely tracking what you're doing. That's the advice I gave my son. And my son started high school today. He was looking so grown up in a suit. And I looked and I said, my goodness gracious me, we serve a living God. Here is the baby that I remember. Literally, I remember him, a baby like yesterday. I remember him in a pram, learning how to speak and calling everybody hiya, ampo, hiya, ampo. And he literally would be saying ampo, P-O. And it was so cute to see him saying hi to everyone, dog, cat, anything he met that was moving. He'd say hiya to it and say ampo. And now he's a young man. And what I'm sharing with you is exactly what I shared with him and what I tried to get him to understand. I told him he must have goals. He must set tasks. He must pay attention to those tasks. He must measure what he's doing. If a task is not producing results, then he's either doing the task wrong or he's doing the wrong task. Then he can adjust and adapt as needed as soon as possible. He cannot do that if he's not tracking and measuring. These are some of the things I shared last week when I said, for you mothers and parents struggling with your children going back to school, you need to sit down with them, maybe sit down at a nice meal when you're all relaxed and just tell them these things in a friend way, like a friend talking to a friend, as opposed to a mother breathing down the neck of your child. What we are going to do right now is, because you, my friend, the adult, is probably going through a hard time. You've started your business and maybe you started 12 months ago, 18 months ago. If you're new to your business, the only thing you need to know is patience, focus, persistence, consistency. Those are the words I'm going to give you if you're new and you've just started, because there's no such thing as microwave results in a business. Don't let anyone sell you that story. Don't let anyone sell you that Kool-Aid. Don't drink it. Don't read those news clippings. They are wrong. A new business needs to be nurtured like a baby. It takes between 2 to 4 years to start producing regular income that you can write home about. If you're doing network marketing, you either are doing what I'm about to suggest in order to smash it and get results like already without waiting for months, or you're going to wait for the standard traditional business time for your business to grow. And that is the truth. Love seeing the likes of Bonani on there and here, because that means we have a good audience over here, despite the busy schedule that I have. For those of you that are new, my names are Julie Seal. Kalungi Seal is short for Sylvia. I am a mom, a wife. So don't reach out to me and tell me you have a crush on me, because that's disrespectful, because I have stated clearly that I'm married and I'm happily married. And I'm a business transformational coach. I teach people how to leverage social media, the digital space, to organize your offers, to zone in on who you are serving and meet them where they hang out and get paid on purpose, living and building a life that you love. So that is what I do. And so if you're a marketer, I urge you to remember who the bill payer is. Before, when you were young, under the age of 20, at least for the majority of us human beings, the bill payer was daddy and mommy, or one of them. Now you are the bill payer, and if you stop the good work your parents did by investing in your education, you are going to struggle to climb up the ladder of success, because success demands that you continue adding value to you. No excuses, nothing like stopping. So I'm going to walk you through a story. One of my clients, a private client, a one-on-one client, sent me a message and she was like, seriously, Julie, I find this tedious. I find this bordering on boring. I find it's kind of a time suck, and isn't there an easier way? Isn't there a process we can do this? Isn't there a system I can use in order to attract prospects, leads, and subscribers to my business, and then I can serve them? All I really want to do is to just serve my clients. I don't want to do all this marketing stuff, all this attraction marketing. I'm not interested in blogging. I'm not interested in all that branding, and definitely the one thing that she was complaining about that she said was tedious was prospecting, because I have a system I teach people inside of my Jet Set Academy coaching and inside of my mastermind on what you need to do on a daily basis as a money making activity, as an income producing activity, in order to get results. And then later, as the results continue to flow, as in you have a continual monthly income that you can bank on, that every month I have a minimum of at least $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever your aim is, and the volume of prospecting that you do, you will then be able to invest in systems, processes, copywriters, and virtual assistants, admin assistants, social media managers, client acquisition agents, all those people that make your life super sweet, and all you have to do is focus on being the beautiful you. When you are scrolling through your best Facebook, let's assume you are a fan of Dean Graciosi, or you are a fan of Tony Robbins, or you are a fan of whoever you are a fan of, you almost usually see their sponsored ads running through your newsfeed. When you scroll up and down, you see all kinds of sponsored ads in your newsfeed, and these people have people whose job it is to get clients for them. They run ads for them. They do all kinds of copywriting for them. They even do research for their blog posts and all that. You will get there if you do what I'm suggesting you do, that you say is tedious. So many give up because the routine, mundane, day-to-day work of building your business is boring. It is what you do on a day-to-day that produces results for you. I'm a firm believer that most marketers give up because it takes a while to get what they want. The funny thing, these are the very people who sometimes they are mothers and they are pregnant. They are not going to give up that baby just because it takes 9 months for the baby to nurture and to grow inside their belly, and for the painful process it takes to release that child from your body. They don't give up. Well, some do give up and they go ahead and go and eject the baby, but the vast majority of people stick out the process. 9 months down the road, they give birth to the baby and the new journey has just begun. This baby is helpless as heck. Everything they survive on depends on you. You're not about to just abandon them because you've given birth. You're going to nurture them for at least 4 or 5 years before they start to do their own thing, feed themselves, walking by themselves, and not being a total dependent, as in they can do some basic things for themselves. And even then, you're not going to give up on that baby and say, now you're big enough, off you go. You're going to look after them for another 20 years. So what makes you think that a simple act as in reaching out to 5 to 10 people a day is tedious, when you are hoping to be able to be on the beach with your baby and watch them run in the sand, build a sand castle, jump into the water? Those are the things I love to do. I don't know about you, but I love being on the beach, watching life go by on the beach, by the beach. So I'm a firm believer in doing the money-making activities, in doing the mundane tasks, in doing the routine tasks that build your business. You are hating on what you're doing now. Are you going to love it in 2-3 months? No, unless you have a change of mind. So in theory, most marketers think they are consistent and they are committed. When they get to do the work, they do the work. They are doers, they are go-getters, and they use all those words. They are badasses. Until you do the task that you are avoiding, and you do it every day. You serve people every day. You show up and prospect every day. You speak to people every day. You share with them what you know every day. You are not persistent. You're not consistent. You're just lying to yourself. And that's the truth. Hey, Job, how you doing? What's up? What's cooking? The real work of building an enterprise, becoming a successful direct selling rep, becoming a successive marketer, becoming a successful business owner, a successful coach, whatever it is you are wanting to succeed at, the reality is it's going to test you. It's going to take months before you hit that persistent income you want. It's going to take you months before you get to where you want to go, unless you're doing certain things that align you with your pure spiritual divine self, that you are so in tune on the same wavelength as your divine self that you literally, before your spirit speaks, you are already on the job and you know what you're doing and you're getting on with it and you are smashing it out in that direction. If you're not, you are telling yourself some serious lies. The reality is going to test you. It's going to test your wallet. It's going to test your friendships. It's going to test your relationships with people who will tell you that you're not going to succeed because XYZ happened to them or somebody they know. And you're going to feel, I'm not even talking to you. The reality is not about just posting Instagram quotes and posting Facebook quotes about consistency and focus. It's about doing the work. And the only way you're going to do the work, by the way, guys, is if you are hungry. Have you ever felt your stomach literally grumble and grouch and yell at you for some food? When that happens, you are going to find food. Even if it's a piece of junk burger, you're going to find food. If you're not hungry, you are not going to go hunting. If you're not hungry, you're not going to go find what will feed your hunger and make it go away at least until the next hunger. Hey Job, oh James Biavagambi, how are you doing? Good to see you. The first thing I can tell you is I've seen marketers give up because they are bored of prospecting. They are bored of connecting with people on social media. They are bored. They think that what they were doing offline, well, they're doing different things online, and so they thought that in the online space there's some kind of automatic wand you wave and you're going to get results. And the reality is there's no automatic wand you wave until you have created some success, and you can then wave that wand, and it's called systems and processes. And until you get the right systems and processes in place, you are running around chasing your own tail, and that's the truth. Hey Fury, how you doing? I see you. So I suggest that you are excited, keep that excitement, keep it going, because excitement is good. But once you start to get to those days when you have more gray days than excited days, when you meet more potholes and speed bumps than you can handle, instead of putting your head in your hand and going, oh my goodness, I can't do this, that's the day to go out and connect with 50 people. That's the day to go out and connect with 100 people. That's the day to not allow yourself to sink in that self-pity, because that's the day you will quit. And once you quit spiritually, the physical quitting is just a few days away. It could be weeks, it could be months, but you will quit. So that's why I do a Facebook Live every week. Not just one, not just two, not just three, but I do a live daily. The only difference is you don't see me daily in your newsfeed because you're not part of my secret and private masterminds and some free groups where I actually show and share value daily. Daily, I do a video. No excuses, because like I said a few weeks before, what my coach Ray told me was, every morning I wake up, I owe my boss something. And the reality is I am the boss. So I owe me certain things, and it's my duty to go get them. It doesn't matter how tedious they are. It doesn't matter how boring and routine those actions are. I'm going to do them because I owe me something. And then the net spreads out. I owe my children, and I owe my husband, and I owe my community something, because I live in these spaces with these people. So unless you have a process in place, and unless you make that process playful, you are going to find all these things that I'm sharing with you boring. And when I say processes, you start to go, but Julie, you said that until you make some money, you can't put processes in place. And I'm going to tell you bullshit. Systems, you can wait. Processes, you can start today. You can set a process. It's a simple process that I'll have an Excel spreadsheet or a simple notebook. I'll have 4 columns in that spreadsheet or notebook. I'll have name, phone number, or where you connected with them. Maybe you connected with them on Messenger, you connected with them on Instagram, or you connected with that person on LinkedIn. Then that's what you're going to put in that column. That's where you connected. You may not have their number. What is it that drew you to them, or what did you last speak together about? You write it in that space, and then on the end you write whether you've invited them, whether they've taken a look at your business, they've taken a look at your presentation, or they have said no. You make some notes, and you have that on a daily. You reach out to 10 people, 20 people. I don't know how many people you're going to reach out to hit your ranks and to hit your results, but you do not let a day go to bed before you connect with somebody. That's it. period. If you don't have a funnel, then you definitely are not connecting with anybody. If, say, by the end of the week, you got 3 people subscribed to your, say you've got an e-commerce store and you have some kind of form at the bottom of your page, and at the end of the week 3 people sent you their email and you didn't even check where that email goes so that you can reach out to them, you have not even done any work. Yet if you actively connect with people on social media and speak to them and start conversations, you are going to know where they are and how you can serve them and how soon you can reach back out to them, check in with them, follow up with them, and see if you can serve them a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, even 12 months from now. The important thing is you have a process, and it's as simple as what I've just described, a notebook or a spreadsheet. And then you do the work, the tedious work, the mundane work, the prospecting, the follow-up, the presentation, the collecting decisions. If you don't do that on a daily, you don't have a business. Now, I wish I knew this when I first started out. Because when I first started out, I was posting on Facebook and thinking, where are the sales? Where are the people? Because I thought, hundreds of people are seeing my posts, so obviously I'm going to get some sales. And I wasn't, because I wasn't building the relationship. When you're prospecting, the job is to be human. The job is to show that you care. The job is to show this person that you're here to help them in some way. And if you can't, it is still all good. And that's why you qualify them, you determine their need, and you give them an out. And all these things I've learned from some amazing coaches along the last 4 or 5 years. And I share in my private masterminds. I share inside of the Social Creatives Hub. I share inside of my paid residual income Wed Nation. And I help people get results every week, both freely and both paid. I'm going to tell you that if you do not wake up every day with ambition literally burning a hole inside of your heart and pushing you to get out of bed and do some things that you love to do to help other people get results, you will find it hard to push those results through, because you're not excited, you're not ambitious, in other words, you're not hungry, and you are not even bothered with what you are doing. It's like mundane, it's routine, and it's tedious. Those are the words this lady said to me. Your biggest enemy is you. There is nobody else standing in your success and standing in front of you but you. It doesn't matter what you tell yourself, what stories you tell yourself, what excuses you put in front of you, what systems you've put in place to support your story. The only person standing in front of your success is you. I have seen people go through so much. I've seen people go through physical challenges. I've seen people go through emotional challenges. I've seen people go through financial challenges, and they are on top of their game today because they did not let those challenges define them. But most people let what they are going through define them and the results they'll get tomorrow, and so they don't get those results because they've let the challenges take the lead instead of being solution focused and therefore doing those things that you find challenging until you find them the norm. I have one of my Facebook friends says, do the work until expensive becomes normal. And I'm thinking, I don't even use the word expensive, because expensive is at the back of your mind. There's something that you can't quite get. And as far as I'm concerned, I am worthy of everything I am dreaming about, and I shall achieve it. And therefore, expense is not even part of my vocabulary. You are also your greatest strength. And that's what I want you to focus on. I don't want you to focus on yourself as the enemy. I want you to focus on you as your greatest gift and strength. If you are not great at prospecting, it means you just need to learn from somebody who knows prospecting and can give you an easier way around prospecting so you find it easier. Don't get bored reaching out to people. It is you who will go to bed hungry. It's you who will go to bed without achieving what you want. It's you who will live in that rented 1-bedroom bedsit until you can afford a better accommodation. And until you can afford that better accommodation, you will be the one sitting there worrying and being your own enemy. If you become a master at prospecting, what if I could teach you how to prospect and love prospecting? What if you became a master at connecting with people, collaborating with people, communicating with people? What if you never stood in your own way and thought that everything is overwhelming? What if you did not find it tedious? What do you think your life would look like? I don't know about you, but anything that I know I don't know, I find hard, it's challenging, and I know it's the one thing I need to do to get the results I'm looking for, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll find the coach, I'll beg, borrow, steal, I'll do whatever it takes to get the help I need in order to find this task not tedious. Because now I am a star at it, I am skilled at it, I am an expert at it, and therefore I can do it with my eyes closed, so it's not tedious. And here's the sweet thing, I can teach someone else to do it and pay them to do it for me. Hey Daniel, how are you doing? I see you. Mariah, how are you doing? So the difference between marketers and business owners who have full schedules, who have busy days and are excited about what they do, are getting results, are standing on stages, are on vacations almost every month, and everyone else, is because they do the seemingly tedious, challenging tasks and they make them playful, they make them fun, and they do them every day, every blessed day. I know someone who has a funnel. I know someone who has leads flowing into their experience every day, and yet they don't stop at letting those leads come through. They reach out to those people physically. They send them a quick voice note. They send them a quick message. They call them if that person left a number, because on their form there is a space for a number. It means a lot less people come through than what you would expect, because a few people just don't want to give a stranger their number, and some give you the wrong number. But he's on the phone daily because he gets people's numbers, and many of those people actually give him their right numbers, and he's on the phone talking to them, asking them why exactly did they actually subscribe, how can he help them on a deeper level, how can he help them move from a place of I can't afford this to let's do this, until he gets someone to commit to something. Even if it's one of his free resources, he does not let them go unless they say, I really am sorry, I did not really want to. But if someone gives you their name, their email, and their phone number, they definitely are looking for something, especially if all those are the right details they sent you. They're not some scallywag who gives you their details so they can grab your free resource and run off. You are going to find that you speak to a whole lot of qualified, pre-qualified people looking for what you offer on a deeper level. And then you're not going to be prospecting strangers. You're prospecting people who have put their hand up and said, I'm willing to listen to you a little bit more, Bonani. And it's because people like that understand the game, that the game requires for you to play, that the game requires for you to get skilled at playing it. I don't know of a single pro chess player who does not practice until the wee hours of the morning and their eyes are red and their head is popping, and they go and then beat the other person. They study their opponents, they play on the internet with opponents that are not in the same geolocation until they perfect the art of chess. I don't know any athlete who gets gold, silver, or bronze who does not practice day by day, night by night, sacrifices, going out, hanging out with friends, partying until they are the one getting medals and being chased by brands to pay them for the pleasure. When I first started out, I also thought prospecting was tedious. I avoided it like the plague. I was like, I'm going to build funnels. I'm going to blog until I have leads flowing out of my ass. And I tell you what, because nobody knows you, because nobody knows your strengths, because nobody knows that you care, they don't care reading even if they read your blog, they don't subscribe. They just take your knowledge and go. So I suggest that until you have leads flowing out your backside and they are excited and throwing their wallets at you, that you prospect. And if you want to learn how to prospect, you should speak to me. So that's my message for you today. And now I'm going to do an announcement and help and kind of help those who are committed to helping themselves in this fourth last month of the year. I am a business transformational strategist. I am a Pinterest strategist. I am considered an expert in some places. I am not saying that to boast. I'm saying that because it's the truth. And if you are struggling, if you've been posting on social media for God knows how long, your upline told you all you have to do is post your things on Facebook and people will come out and sign with you. And even if you post for 6 months and somebody signs up after 6 months of seeing your posts, they are not going to stay with you for long, because they will not be able to succeed, and they are going to leave. They don't have your persistence to post every day on Facebook and nobody is even engaging with your content. There are some of you who are posting to groups where nobody clicks on your link because it's not their message. And I'm not saying don't post in Facebook groups, because that's how you get to become omnipresent. I'm saying spend your day in active Facebook groups where your message is welcomed, where you stand out as the expert, where you stand out as somebody who knows what they are talking about, so that when you move the conversation from that group to their messenger, people are open and willing to listen to you, and you are active on Facebook in a more productive way. And at that point, I guarantee you it is not tedious and it's not mundane, because you are getting conversations going. People are looking at your information. People are sending you answers. People are letting you know when they'll join or what time they'll pay. And life gets exciting. And therefore, you don't feel like it's tedious, because it is not. Things are tedious when we are unskilled at them. Things are tedious when we don't know how to do them. Things are tedious when we are not getting results from them. That's the only reason people say tedious and challenging and all those things. So if you definitely want to change that, you want to change that story, then you reach out to me so that you can get some results by the end of this year. Reach out to me and let's have a word. And I'm going to leave some resources below this video, and I'll add them to the video above as well. If you just want to know what I do and how I can serve you, I am very happy to do that at kalungigroup.com. And Kalungi Group is my online brand. And that's where you will find some of the products and resources that I definitely encourage you to take a look at, especially if you click on the products page. If you're new to marketing, then I can give you some good news. The Winning Entrepreneurs Den is going to be open for another maybe 50, maybe 60 days before we close the door again. And if you are looking to change your results this year, then I highly recommend the Winning Entrepreneurs Den. I haven't talked about the den for ages. I've been talking about contacting me so we can talk about your business and we can move you to a more one-to-one scenario. But I believe I've seen so many marketers over the past 2 weeks, literally in the past 2 weeks, I've seen so many people going about their social media marketing the wrong way. And I know that I can help them, and I definitely am reaching out to them. I know many people, most of those people are where I used to be 5 years ago, thinking that I can do it by myself. I'll post on social media because that's where the results are, and my upline posts as well, so I'll get results. And in nowhere, in no place to investing in yourself. And I'm telling you that if you release that energy and you look at yourself as your biggest, most valuable and most worthy investment, then you are going to change your life before 2019 ends. Because you're going to invest in you as opposed to investing into a 200-pound Christmas dress or a 400-pound Christmas shoe, and you don't even know where you're going to get money to promote your business next year. You don't know how you are going to grow that residual income next year. But you are already planning for Christmas. You are planning what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, where you're going to go and spend some dollar. And yet you know you need to build some dollar as well. If you're that person, reach out to me, and also check out kalungigroup.com, where you'll find some amazing, beautiful resources to help you grow. Now, if you're watching me on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you don't miss a notification. And definitely share your insights below on what you find tedious and how I can help you change that from tedious to absolutely amazing. Thank you for tuning in to me. Thank you for listening. And obviously, if you're watching me from Podbean or iTunes, hit that subscribe button, hit a heart, let the world know there's some.
And subscribe to our blog at jblog, where I share amazing tips to help you grow your business from the ground up and create that residual income that you so desire. You do deserve more. Live and love.